All right, welcome. Name's Rendili. This is a bit of an informal video. I normally do a bunch more editing and try to kind of like have a script going into things. But I was asked to do an example of a game review, and I did just have a game end kind of poorly, and I was really confused as to why. I mean, I know why we lost, uh, specifically like the processes of why we lost. But I'm going to go through now and go through and review the game, do it live, Kappa, unedited at least, to show kind of like how to do review processes and to kind of show like what you should be thinking about when you are doing ranked and when you're looking to improve. I've been kind of inactive on the channel lately. I was doing a summer semester at university, and I'm still getting ready for the next semester, which is my last one. So my upload schedule will be a little different for a little while, but I'll try to put out a video a week if I can, and if not, every other week at the minimum. How to Climb is still going on, and a new series called League Basics. The last video, kind of iffy, but there'll be a post about that later, so just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. So okay, starting out, I had this game here at the top. I got a defeat. And if we look at the game, right, I was positive. I had gold, had a okay CS count. I kind of trailed off at the end. But when I was in the lobby for this game, I do I do a run of kind of like searching and looking up my opponents, as well, not my opponents, my bad, my teammates, to kind of get a feel of what I'm playing with, who can I expect to perform very well, and so on and so forth. So when I was in the lobby, I looked up each of these guys on op.gg. So we'll start with like what I went from bottom or top to bottom, right? Um, so we'll start with Oriana, and then we'll go down, just kind of to show like what I did and how it really like affected my play. All right. Starting with Oriana here, we note that Oriana has a pretty good win rate, 54, right? It's positive. That's a good sign. They've played about 200 games. They're sitting about the same LP that I am, and that normally they play ADC. So this is the first thing I noticed, and I thought, okay, this person might be a weak mid. They have a very good win rate on Oriana though, right? Before this game, it would have been much higher, right? But good KDA. So I didn't really worry about her much. Obviously, she didn't perform amazingly, but she did well. She honestly had a lot of really good shockwaves, and so I just kind of skipped over her, right? So after her, I looked up the Graves. So Graves, very high win rate, leads me to believe that he's a Smurf. Um, very good. Platinum 2, lower in LP and tier, because at the time of this video, I'm currently sitting at like 40 LP in Plat 1. Also an ADC main, it appears. Or at least they play a lot of ADCs. He's been on a losing streak, which kind of sucks, but it happens. And his last game before this, he lost as well, but he was positive in his KDA. He had an okay KDA. And when I was looking at this, I thought, okay, this guy might have carry potential, and he proved to be very good in the game. So moving on, we're gonna look at the Xayah that was in our game. So Xayah, whole bunch of games played, could instantly throw up a red flag. If you're stuck at a certain tier and you're playing with people who have just been in that tier of play for like more than 300 games, that's a red flag. That's a red flag, red flag. It means that they're not really improving very quickly, and even I am like I'm not void of this criticism. I've been in, we'll look at mine in a little bit here, but I've been in Plat 1 for a long time this season. Not Plat 1 even, just Plat in general. Um, what we can see, this person plays ADC. This person plays uh, mostly Lucian at the best, right? Caitlyn, pretty good. And her Xayah win rate is 53. So kind of okay. Um, really wasn't too worried about it. The only thing is that if we go and we look at, her ranked solo play, not sitting at the best win rate, but it's positive, and it was more positive before this game, so it's okay. Looks okay. And then we'll go to Nami, right? So Platinum won a whole bunch of games, or a smaller sample size than the other guy at least, much smaller, much less games than I've played. So this person probably mechanically knows a bit more than me, but 46% win ratio. This throws up the red flag, but then you also have to kind of understand that like supports kind of get screwed sometimes, if they don't know how to really like pressure the lane. Um, and also, I mean, if you look at it, this person's win ratio is pretty high. So going into the game, I had this mentality of like, oh, my team is fine. We don't need to really worry about the team. We need to focus on our own play, and we kind of take what we know about our team into perspective. So we knew, for example, that Oriana had some weaknesses, and we knew that Zaya had some strengths as an ADC, but also a little bit of weaknesses because, like, they're a whole bunch of games in plat. And then also that our support might be on a losing streak, so they might be tilted. All right, so these are the things I had going on in my mind. I wrote it on my notepad here, going into the game. And we also knew that Graves most likely is smurfing because he did very, very well, right? So that's what we had going in the game. If you guys just want to see my op.gg, you can. Currently sitting at Diamond 5 MMR. Played way too many games in plat this season. I don't have a very good win ratio, but on Singed, I have a pretty good one. 63. We'll go into now the game itself and kind of go through the thought processes, right? So we're laning against Urgot. Urgot is not really hard lane, I've noticed. I take Ignite generally. I try to be aggressive. But we also have to notice that the enemy jungler is Kindred and that they have an early gank potential. Pretty normal start. If you look at who we have on the enemy team, we have a Rumble mid, which is kind of weird. During the loading screen, I went and looked up this guy's play, and he's very good at Rumble. So I kind of like had this idea that, oh, Rumble's going to be really, really strong. I didn't even know that they went here. When I was reviewing this earlier, I was like, what the heck? But this explains what happens in a little bit here. They 5-man. Oh, another fucking text. They 5-man invade. Thank God I wasn't sitting over here, right? They don't get anybody, which is good. And minions spawn like normal, and we don't have to worry about it. Also good. Generally, I've noticed early on, you can bully Urgot pretty strong in lane and not have to worry about it. So I wanted to push the lane up and get level 2 first. I fucked up some farming here, so this is part of my game review, right? Notice, right, that Kindred took the freaking toucan, dude, and the red buff, right? So she's level 2 and she's walking top, right? I didn't ward because, again, we didn't know that she started on the red side. Perhaps maybe we could have fixed this by trying to watch for the invade, but in reality, like, we're probably in a good spot considering 5 people invaded, right? We would have gotten fucked really, really hard if we were just sitting in one of those bushes that they walked into, right? So we're here. We're bullying Urgot. Kindred's doing Krugs, right? She's counter jungling. Very, very good play for Kindred, right? I warded because I always expect an early gank from Kindred. I don't know why. I'm just used to it. I normally see it coming up through river or through lane, so I pop level 2 first, and I try to go aggro. Again, remember that I have Ignite, and I want to be aggressive in lane when you have Ignite. You have the lane dominance to be aggressive in lane, right? So you can afford to maybe make some bad trades. So long as the trades are long enough, you will win a lot of these fights early on, especially against people like Urgot, right? So I fucked up this trade a little bit, but it's fine, right? And then I see her right here walking in. So I distinctively say, okay, I just gotta get out of here. So I ghost, and she flashes, and I ping the flash, right? And I get out, perfectly fine, thank God. So this was an example of good play, good map awareness. It kind of puts me in a bad situation. I back right here immediately because I'm sitting here and I'm like, well, I have no health, I have no pots, I have no ghost, so I cannot go back into lane. I only have ignite, right? And so Urgot is being Urgot, and he's continuing to farm because I just got pushed out of wave and I don't have teleports. This is how you can take advantage of that. If your jungler ganks it doesn't result in a kill, and you're a top laner, and the enemy has ignite and not teleport, push your wave because you can deny him farm. And I think Urgot does this, if I remember right. So he does. He pushes the wave, and I have to walk back into lane, right? So I'm level 2, he's level 3, very close to popping level 4. I'm only about halfway to level 3. He zones me off some of this farm. Graves pings that he's coming, but I have ignite, and I'm ready to fight here. So I kind of posture like I want to fight him, and I'm trying to bait him in, right? So Graves shows up, chunk the ignite on there, and he does not die, but he gets kind of forced out of lane. So this is when I should have probably started paying more attention to the map. I was really focused on my lane. I was really focused on my lane opponent. I was really focused specifically on the XP and farm difference between us. If you look at it, right, I have 10 and he has 17. And if you look at our XP, he just popped 4 and I just popped 3. So he's a level ahead of me. But right then and there, I should have like thought, okay, something's messed up because Orianna just died. Now I'm not a mid main. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I would imagine that is a matchup that is not normal, and that might be why she struggled. Let's go back. Let's kind of like see what happened. See if we can find out what led to her dying. Right. Okay. So looks like she just got all end. Oh, the flash. Okay, so she got all end. She didn't respect the ignite and just the raw damage that Rumble has in the early game. If you ever want a champion that's really good at getting first bloods, especially in top lane, take Rumble. Anyway, not much that we could have done. We were getting a gank and we were trying to pressure the map, so we did as best we could have in this situation. Let's keep going forward. So we farm. We want to push because we assume that he's backing, but he stays, which is probably actually pretty smart on his part because, again, if you think about it, we don't have teleport and he does. So he wants to push the wave back towards us. He wants to punish us for not having teleport. He wants to deny us XP. He wants to deny us farm. And he does a very good job of doing this. So he stays. I obviously have to back. I have like no health at all. If you look at I have 126 health and no pot, right? No pots to heal with. No dank wheat, right? So we're gonna continue on. He pushes the wave. Graves stays. He realizes this was really good play on Graves' part, right? If you're jungler and you gank top and he has ignite and you see that one of them has teleport and one of them does not, stick around if you can and try and push the wave again, right? You get farm. The top laner is not going to be getting it anyway, so it's okay. If you can push the wave hard enough and you bounce the wave into tower, it's totally okay. It's totally fine. Uh, Again, top laner's not going to get that farm. Top laner's not going to get that XP. Why let it go to waste? And I told him to do this specifically in chat at that time. I was like, dude, just take this wave. Urgot's sticking around, and he's probably going to back if you're still here because you have enough health to be dangerous, right? So I told him to do that. He did. He said, okay. I backed. I'm still pretty under level. If you look at me, I'm level 3. I'm about halfway to the next level, and Urgot's level 4, and he's about halfway to level 5. This is significant, right? Because like again, stats from leveling up are really prevalent, really important. Because it can make or break a fight. So continuing, he teleports back into wife, which was good for him. He wants to get the XP. He wants to get the farm. I don't have TP, so he just TP's back in the lane. It's fine. Kind of cancels a little bit of what Graves just did, trying to push it in the tower, but it's all right. I can play pushed forward as long as I play smart, which I'm trying to do here, right? And he's trying to freeze, which is probably the right choice because he wants to leave me in a position where I can get ganked. And Kindred did just mark me before that, so she's in a position to pressure me. If these guys were duoed, and you're watching this, which I really doubt, holy crap, good job. You scared the shit out of me, and made me paranoid as shit this game. Maybe that's a fault on my play. So I'm laning, I'm farming, I'm 2 levels underneath this guy, and he just goes on me, right? So I'm just like, okay, I cannot fight this guy. He is 2 levels up on me right now. I'm almost level 4. I need to fling him. I need to get away. So I do. I fling him, just run away. Short trades, which is generally kind of what you don't want to do when you take Ignite, because you do not have the same amount of sustain as a top laner does. The top laner with TP at least, because he can take a bad trade. He can take short bad trades, and your sustain is not going to be as much as his because he can just TP back. But he does not have TP right now. Here's the thing. I recognize this. If he takes a bad trade, he's putting himself at a disadvantage, right? So I have Ghost, I have Ignite. I know what the XP difference is between us, and he's playing aggressive. He wants to zone me off of the wave. He wants to zone me off of XP, right? We're still farming here. Okay, so he hit 6. I have to be really, really safe. If he goes in on me right now and he gets that fling behind him and then he can W, especially considering I only have like 50% of my health, he can ult me very, very easily and kill me. So he does it. He tries to go aggro on me. Just run away. Just run away. I ghost. I didn't want to risk it. Most likely I didn't have to ghost because his W slows him down, but I didn't want to try and stay in lane and die. So in this situation, doing the VOD review, I'm gonna write it down on this paper right here. Didn't need to ghost. Remember that Urgot is slowed whenever he Ws, and he already used his gap closer, and I was far enough away from him that it didn't matter. Probably didn't need to ghost again. Remembering that for the next game, right? I'm backing here, and the reason why I'm backing is because I don't have any kind of sustain, and I have enough gold that when I go back, I purchase Boots of Speed and a Sapphire Crystal. My plan in this matchup was to rush Roa. I don't know what other people's opinions are. I found Roa to be in a pretty good place right now. It gives you tanky stats, which health. It gives you mana. It gives you AP, which are things that Singed needs, specifically in the early game. Because if you think about it, he gets free resistances from his ultimate. It's a pretty good item for him. Even if you just get Catalyst in the early game is very, very good, I think. The only problem is that in some lanes, it's not really strong enough to get early on, right? You need something sometimes that just gives you sustain in the lane. So sometimes I'll buy Doran's ring. Sometimes I'll buy Doran's shield, right? It depends on how much sustain you need in the lane, and it depends on what kind of situation you're in. So I back here because again, I don't want to give him a kill. I don't want. He has the execute. He has the ability to kill me very easily. I could just go back, buy some stats, and come back to lane. Now he's freezing. Here's where he messed up, right? He saw that I left and that I backed. So his reaction should be push me into tower, but he doesn't. He doesn't push the wave into the tower very hard. He stops for a little bit. He kind of lets the minions just do their thing. He kind of tries to freeze, which isn't going to work because like he has a massive minion wave, right? And he allows me to back for free. So me backing right there doesn't matter. I missed a little tiny bit of XP, right? So I'm level 5. I just hit it, and he's level 6. He's about halfway to level 7. XP difference is huge, right? But at the same time, I didn't miss that much XP for backing right here. I only missed a little tiny bit. I only missed about 3 or 4 minions, so it's okay. But he could have punished me really, really hard, so you got to think about this stuff going forward, right? So I come back into lane, and I realize this is a giant wave. I need to get it though. So I'm trying to make sure that I don't lose this XP to tower, or lose the gold to tower at least, right? So I got it. Bot lane is doing their gank right now. We're gonna focus on our laning phase though, right? So we got most of that farm, and it got us halfway to 6, and he is almost 7. So we gotta be safe. We gotta be careful, right? Because again, we know he still has ult, and we know that he has the ability to kind of bully us a little bit in lane just because of his stats. But we also notice a very important thing: he does not have a lot of mana, which means that if we can get him to stay, we might be able to win a fight against him. So we kind of play safe. You know, we get zoned off, miss a couple of minions by accident. My bad. I'm not perfect at this game. All right, we get the big minion. That's the one that matters, right? And we're about to pop 6. Okay, we pop 6. We can now kind of be aggressive. Remember that when you're playing Singed, your ult is like the actual Singed. When you don't have ult on, you are playing a weaker version of Singed. That's pretty much how it works. That's why certain players like Ronka Lee, I don't actually know how to say his name. If he ever watches this video, I'll probably post this in r/Singed mains. He takes scaling CDR on his rune page, which blows my mind that he is able to lane without the raw stats. Just really, really good play on his part, I imagine. He takes scaling CDR because it gives him more ults, and there's not a lot of CDR items that you can build as Singed. So remember that your ult is very, very strong on Singed. Okay, so Urgot goes in on me here, and I'm like, okay, if I can avoid the ult, I can kill this guy. So I flip rooted him into tower, and I run away just to regen some health, get this minion wave. He just walks into my poison, misses his ult. Okay, I can kill him now, right? So I ignite him, I flip him. Probably didn't need to ignite him there, but I did. And Kindred backs off. She was coming in for a gank. That must be why he was being aggro, but I didn't think about that while I was here. So I back. We did it. We killed Urgod, the legend, right? And we did it while we were behind. We were behind by a lot in XP. And what we did after we killed him, cleared his wave, pushed this wave into tower. He doesn't get this XP. Next wave's gonna reset, right? So we walk back into lane. Urgot's also walking back into lane. Okay, we can be aggressive on this guy, right? He does not have ult. He does not have the ability to really fight us, right? Because again, we could just run away from his E. We can run away from his Q. And if he does not land that on us, he can't just hit his W and do a ton of damage to us, which is what just happened. So we're winning trades against him. This is mostly because we're popping pots like crazy, corrupting potion, right? And when we backed, important proviso, when we backed, we got catalyst for the health, and we got armor, right? Because armor is pretty good against him in the early game, right? Because he does a lot of physical damage. Do note that he does do percent max health damage with his legs, but you're snodged, doesn't really matter. So at this point, I'm pretty paranoid. I think, okay, Kindred's probably around here or looking to be around here, but I was wrong because I assumed that she was not, because I didn't see her when she came up before when I killed Urgot. If I had seen her, I would have known this, that she was just topside, which means her topside jungle is most likely cleared. If this is why wards are really, really important, even if they don't directly stop a gank. If you know where the enemy jungler is, and you kind of can make an educated guess of like what they're doing, right? She was coming in for a gank, and then she left, and then she went and cleared all of her topside jungle, right? So I would not have to ward there if I knew that, because I would know, and I could tell my team as well, that Kindred is bot side. We didn't ward. This was a clear mistake that we made, right? We should have warded. We were getting pushed in. We were playing safe, but we didn't ward. Ward, dude. I'm warding like a bronzy, and I'm plat 1. Feels bad. So continuing. So we win trades with this guy if he does not get his lock on us and he doesn't get his legs off on us, right? So we can just flip him and run away from him, and he misses his E, which is his dash, right? He got a pretty good amount of damage off on us there, and his ult's back up now, so we have to be careful of that, right? But at the same time, our ignite is almost back up, right? We look at this. Our ignite has a 5-second cooldown, so we can hopefully be a little aggressive here. Oh, I just noticed that it's not capturing game audio. My bad, guys. Hold up. My bad. All right, so we're landing. You know, we're doing notch things. He's backing up. We assume that he backed for a little bit there, but doesn't matter. We want to push. We're fucking up our CS though. Bad CSing. We had to flip to not get the or not miss that one. We're pushing him into tower. We're making him have to, you know, focus on CSing. Hopefully, making him, you know, ignore the map. Right? That's what we want. And then he just stops moving. Okay, so here's the thing: if you're watching your enemy laner under tower, and he's just stopped moving, he might be looking to TP somewhere, right? So you want to be ready with fling, and our fling was up. So this is why we step under tower, right? This is why we did it, because if he TPs somewhere for a gank, we want to flip him out of his TP, put it on cooldown. So we pinged in chat that Urgod has teleport, and that's why, right? But he keeps staying under tower. He just playing safe. We go and ward. Probably not the best time to ward, honestly, because we saw Kindred. We know she's not there. Right here. So Kindred fucks up right here. Tries to gank Orianna. She flashes, right? We know she does not have flash. She takes turret aggro. Bam. This is when Orianna could possibly turn the game around, right? Because she now, you know, she's 1-1. This is the highest KDA she has in the entire game, right? And she just dies for the rest of the game. This gave me false confidence in Orianna. This made me think, oh, dude, freaking Orianna's a beast. You don't gotta worry about her. Might have been wrong, right? So note, false confidence. Pretty bad, okay? I don't know why we're playing at like half speed here. Urgot's pushing into tower. He's doing what he should be doing. Didn't push hard enough though. He didn't really punish me that much. I didn't miss most of that wave. Did we get this farm? I think I missed this cannon. Oh, we missed the cannon. Okay, boys. Uninstalling. Feels bad. Okay, I ping missing because he's gone. Meanwhile, note. I am 1-0. And it is 12 minutes into the game. Normally you want to be having more kills if you take Ignite, but... Oh yeah, okay, I remember this. He says in chat that it was lag. And that he was going to smite the toucan, but the toucan was too strong, dude. I noted this when I was playing, but I was just, you know, people fuck up. Fine. It doesn't really have that big of an impact on the game until you realize that the enemy jungler knows that your jungler is dead. So remember that when you get executed as a jungler to a camp, everybody on the map can be aggressive because there's no jungler to potentially counter gank or come in and gank you while you're trying to be aggressive, right? Mid lane, this is what happens, right? Because he died. I think Orianna loses her tower here. Now this is when most likely we should roam or try and pressure to get a kill. And I think I pressured to get a kill here, but we probably should have roamed mid earlier after Graves was dead because we should have been paying attention to mid tower's health and Orianna's health and them together being in a weak position. This guy is being pushed into tower right now, right? This is why you want to. LS talked about this in his review with GBay99, right? You want to push into tower, right? When you are ahead, push into tower. It opens up your ability to roam on the map, and we should have done this, right? This is a fault in our play, right? So oof, getting hit by Urgod, painful damage, ouch. But he's missing farm, so it's kind of okay. It's kind of worth. Right, so we're doing it again. He's just kind of being crab god. Oh, dodge. Ooh, dodge. Get dodged. Get played. Good mechanics. Wow, challenge or. All right, so we don't see this Kindred coming in here, but this is important, right? So Kindred's coming in, and we're just continuing to farm. He misses his E right here for our laning phase, so we nailed it. We can now trade with him because he loses. He loses this trade. But the important thing to note here is that we should not be going aggro on him, right? Because this is happening right now. Okay. Pink missing. Graves is getting his red stolen. He knows it. It gets smited from him. So he's now behind even more. And he's been counter jungled a lot this game, right? So he is a battle level behind, and we should have paid attention to that. We should have come and helped him, but we didn't, right? Instead, we're doing this. We're fucking this guy. So we ulted. We flinged him again. He's, you know, trying to be around. We ghost because we know. We see this Kindred coming in. We know that we need to kill him and get out, right? Because Graves was pinging careful, right? This is why pings are so important, right? So he misses his E. He cannot kill us. We ignite him. We just run. Okay, Kindred wasted ult. Kindred wasted a lot, honestly. A lot of time. We're doing a good job. He's coming up here. And we got to be careful, right? Because we don't know if he has ult or not. Because we weren't paying attention. He does. So we want to just kind of clear the wave as best we can. And then back is what we're trying to do. But in reality, and this is the mentality. I'm trying to, like, you know, tell you guys what I was thinking in game. And tell you what you should probably be thinking. In reality, I should have just gone and joined these two guys, right? Because they're chasing into the jungle. They're like pinging the red or the blue buff. But it turns out okay that I did this, right? And the reason why is because I keep Kindred here. These guys get this blue buff, and that's good. That's really, really good. This fail ward. Oof. We kept Kindred top. Now Kindred's gonna go and try and do her blue. She's not gonna do it. This Graves, what a god. This Graves is a beast. He straight up counter jungles, and wow, amazing. Doesn't get found out, dude. He's a sneaky fucker too. Look at this. If we fog of war for the enemy team real fast, like look at this shit. Okay, blue team fog of war, right? We know right now because we're watching all, right? We know that these guys are gonna go do this, and then Graves is gonna do these wolves, right? So during this entire time, this is what blue team sees. This is what they see, right? They don't see shit. There's no wards. Okay? They don't see it. Kindred's top. She's just thinking, oh, I'll go do my camps after this. Oh no, my blue is gone, dude. Oh no, Rippo. Okay? They don't know this though. It's not on their map yet. They have to check it. Oh no, my blue's gone. Okay. Notice, right now. Graves is right here. Okay? There's a minion wave coming up right here. Okay? He times this perfectly. I don't know if this was intentional or not, but like, oh, this was really impressive, right? So he is getting these minions. This wave is right here, which means this area is going to become visible, right? He does it. He kites the wolves. Nobody knows, dude. This guy's a fucking ninja, okay? Then the wolf walks by at the very end, and he's already gone. It doesn't matter. Like, that was impressive as hell. Good job. That's all I gotta say. I'm gonna note that in my in my notes, criticizing my own play. Graves is a counter jungle genius, dude. He's a ninja, okay? Oh my god. Amazing. Nailed it. Alright. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. He's pushing to the tower. We're coming up. We see that Graves is here, and we think, okay, we can get a kill. We can get a kill here. Okay, so we're going aggro. We want to get a kill. Might do some stupid things. He gets a flip off on us. We don't have Ghost, we have ult. He misses his ult, we can just fuck him up now. Right, we end up not giving Graves, an assist, which is bad. Graves wasted his time. He didn't get any XP, didn't get any, gold off of that. We could have remedied this most likely by positioning a little bit better. Mechanics on our side, if we go back. As soon as this guy misses his ult, right, we should not have flinged him right there. We should have, okay, so he ults, Graves ults. Graves misses his ult, he misses his ult. We should not have flinged him, because he would have been closer to us and, closer to damage that Graves done. If Graves had hit ult, maybe it would have been fine, but he didn't. And we want to try and give this guy the assist, at least, right? And we don't want him getting away, so, we chase after him and then we auto him to kill him, which is like a BM way of, like, doing it, but, I mean, we should have done it earlier. Fault on our play. Note, get good in our notes. We should have pay attention to positioning. It's not always the best idea to fling, if you can. Even if some dude is low health. Unless you know that that low health dude is going to die as soon as he lands, wherever he's going to land in the fling, don't fling him. Sometimes, right? It'll give him an escape route. It's a bad idea, right? Alright. Meanwhile, Orianna getting killed, and blue team getting dragged. Kind of bad. But, I mean, if we look at, like, how the game started, we were really, really far behind. Right? Really behind in gold. Really, really behind in XP. Now, I mean, look at it, right? Like, he's level 10, we're level 11. We've played this laning phase very, very well. We've done good. We did it, boys. We did it, Reddit. We survived a bad, like, early gank. Right? In which we had to burn Ghost. Right? Like, that's the big one. That's the important one here, right? So let's get to the big deciding factors of this game, right? So we kill Urgot one more time. Laning phase is over, right? We're long past laning phase. We kill Urgot one more time, and me and Graves get this tower. Good, awesome. Meanwhile, on the rest of the map, bot lane's hurting, mid lane is hurting even more. When we die next is what we want to focus on, because we get picked off twice. Okay, so we get picked off around the 20-minute mark. And around this mark, let's note what we have. We have Roa, which is almost completely stacked. We have RG. We have no deaths, right? We're worth a lot of gold. We have some MR because Rumble is getting fed, right? Rumble is also 5-0. 5-0 and 2. Except he has 30 more farm. Important to note. So, Urgot is going in. He's going ham. And we're kind of like, dicking around with him. Earlier on, we roamed down to get kills in bot lane, right? So we're fighting this guy, and Rumble is coming up, and we don't have wards. We don't see this happening. We don't see this guy, warding or coming up in the river, and we're fighting him, and this is bad, right? We should just run away. We should just run the opposite way. Here's the thing. I thought that Kindred was bottom of the map. She was not. She was closer to us. So we should have run back towards the tower, because we have enough health that it'll be okay. If we can dodge, Urgot ult, doesn't matter. We just get outplayed by this Rumble, dude. This Rumble just straight up Nexus, does a ton of damage, and he gets a shitload of fucking gold for that assist. We just got shut down, right? Bad play. Ward, dude. Even if laning phase is over and you went back into lane, like, it doesn't matter if you roamed bot and you were grouping before. I tilt in this game right here, because I'm just like, guys, what are you doing? Please be grouped together on the map and doing something like they are. This is an incorrect idea, right? Do not blame other people. You can only control what you do, right? And we fucked up, not them. We didn't ward. If we had seen Rumble coming in, we get the fuck out, right? We get the fuck out, and we don't get necked by Rumble, because even if they tower dive us, we're snodged, and snodged is really, really good at running the fuck away, right? So we should have done that. Should have run the other way. Should have paid attention to the map. This is our bad play here. This is the point of VOD review, is that we're figuring out what we can do differently, right? So continuing on, we get killed again, right? In almost the exact same way too, and that's like the worst part, right? So we're top again. You know, I told the team to group. They're doing an okay job grouping in mid, right? And I'm like, okay, they might be grouping. They might need help. So I start walking to mid. You know, Dragon's not up for some time here, right? But I'm here. I'm fighting. Okay, this is our fuck up. We went aggro. We went aggro on this Urgot because we thought we could kill him. It was a bad choice. We should have just ignored him, backed off, because he has his entire team behind him, right? Tons of damage being done to me. Tons of damage being done to me. Urgot ult. We didn't dodge it. Enemy team now has another kill on me. Rumble gets another kill. Our team just gets wrecked. Okay, so this entire team fight was my fault. And the reason why was because I went aggro when I shouldn't have. Okay? It's important to note this stuff. Right? So when you're doing VOD reviews, note, you know, even if you can kill this guy on his own, he might not be. And we didn't have enough, you know, situational awareness to think about like Rumble being up behind him and Sona being behind him, right? So chalk this one up to us fucking up. Okay? It's not the team not grouping, which is what I said in chat. I apologize if any of these team members watch this later. None of that, right? Continue on. Zaya dies. He gets a triple kill. Okay, at this point in time, this guy is huge. This guy's 8-0. Okay, we're 5-2 now. Right, before we were 5-0 and he was 5-0 and 2. Now he's 8-0 and 4 and we're 5-2 and 2. Urgot is not, you know, carrying this game. He's already out, right? He's been necking himself. He needs to get more ahead in order to get back into the game, to become relevant, right? So they're pinging Baron. They're going for Baron, right? If I remember right, they get it. Good call for them. They got Baron. Rumble goes top, gets a massive wave. But he backs off because he's just getting the big wave for farm. Right? He's not pushing for the tower. I walked top because I assumed he was going to push for the tower. My bad. Right? Then we get our next fuck up. Our next big fuck up, right? Is freaking Urgot kills us again, man. Urgot and his ult. He kills us another time. So we're top. We're trying to defend this. Oh, did our thing stop working? Oh, no, dude. Did we crash? Okay, there goes. Okay. All right, so Urgot is top. We don't have wards. We're trying to defend top, right? And like we're just trying to kill the minions right now. We walk up to him. We walk up to him. We don't have wards. Rumble just shows up out of nowhere. We're slowed forever. Okay, notice this guy's items. He's got Rylai's. He's got Leandri's. He's got freaking Hourglass, right? He slows us forever, specifically with his E, right? His E right now, mega slow. It's an 85% slow if it's danger zone, and he hit us with one, right? So we just get net. We just get necked. This was an outplay on their part. This is us playing them, playing ourselves again, trying to go aggressive on Urgot, not respecting Rumble's ability to roam and where he is on the map, and we don't know where he is on the map because we don't have any wards in River, and we don't have any wards in Tribush, and we were top. And again, this is noting, ward more, dude, because it can save your life, and you don't even know how. A lot of times, warding will save your life in certain situations. This is one of those times, right? So they take top. They get another kill. We're dead for this entire time, right? And the enemy team just they get stronger, they get stronger, they get stronger. Right? They've got such a huge gold lead on us now. Now after this, I'm just like, okay, we might not be able to win this. Okay, important. We're coming in for this team fight, right? We have some wards. We know where people are, kind of. We go ham on this guy. We go ham on Urgot. We are baiting ourselves going ham on this Urgot. Because at the same time that we're going ham on this Urgot, everybody else on our team is just getting hammed, getting killed. So we should not have gone ham on the Urgot, right? Now, we got close to killing a few of these guys, and we did not. And the important factor here is that we engaged on the tank. We did the dumb. Okay, we played the bad. We should not have engaged on the tank. We should have just been there, been grouped, waited for one of them to engage, and then fight. We fucked up. So this is our second big, or I think this is our fourth big fuck up, right? Because we've died like 4 times now. Yes. Good job. Good job, Rendili. 11 out of 10. Great play. So we should not flame our team and tell them it's all their fault for not being able to do damage. We should understand we engaged on Urgot, who has a shield and has tanky stats and has freaking adaptive helm and death stance, dude. Like, we played ourselves again. So at this point, I just about gave up. And, you know, they have a huge gold lead. Almost 10k, right? Our chances of winning this game are just going down. They're pushing into our base. They're getting everything. You know? So I'm up. They're here. We play this so poorly. Flipping Urgot. We needed to just ignore Urgot and try and like zone these guys, right? Urgot, now that they've backed out, now we can focus Urgot. Rumble gets another kill on the fish. We kill Urgot. Oh boy. Orianna is getting killed by Rumble again. So we should... Big fuck up. We should not have engaged on Rumble here, right? Right, so 3 of them are alive, 2 of us are alive. We're just gonna clear minions, right? Now, it's at this point where I'm just like, okay, we lose. I gave up. I was being like negative in chat. I shouldn't have done it. I need to follow my own advice and not blame them. It was me engaging really poorly twice, 3 times even, that kind of fucked us up. So pay attention to that. Understand that. This is why you do VOD reviews, right? So you can mentally have it in your head. This is why this occurred in this game, and this is what we're going to do to make sure it doesn't happen again, right? So warding is the big one that we've gotten so far, and the second one that we've gotten so far is don't fucking engage on the tank with Death Stance, an adaptive helm, and a button shield. Like, we necked ourselves, dude. Rippo. Okay, so game's going on, and then we get... We almost turned this around, right? So we're 12k gold behind. But look at this guy. This Graves is a beast, okay? And this is why this Graves is a beast. Right here. The enemy groups to do Baron. Up. There it goes. Okay. So enemy sees that Baron is up and that it is ready to go. Urgot has teleport. They're grouping for it. They're clearing wards around it. We know that they're going for it. This Graves, dude. This Graves is a beast, okay? This Graves knows, dude. He gets it. He smite stole that. He smited. Kindred is level 17. He's level 15. So Kindred just got outplayed. Good jungler plays. We get Baron. We're kind of back in the game a little bit, right? Get some gold, but at the same time, we're still kind of behind, right? So Kindred just takes a whole bunch of damage right there. She's chunked. We have Baron, we have people alive. Our damage is alive mostly, right? Graves is up in 15. They're pushing for our towers. Okay, so we engage. We flip Sona because we know that she's there and she's going after, you know, everybody else. So she ults. She solo ulted us. Okay, we did not engage on Urgot this time. Good job. Okay, this is what we should have been doing this entire time. Flip Urgot. Or flip Sona. Sona is now dead. Okay. Rumble ult down. Urgot ult down. We got a kill. Okay, we're coming back. We're now only 10k gold difference when before we were 12, right? Okay, Orianna ult. We killed the Twitch, okay? Twitch, who was before... Oh. Okay, he wasn't really ahead. But still. You know, we killed their ADC. The only people left are their super fed mid laner, Urgot, and Kindred, right? Who all do a considerable amount of damage, and one of them has an execute. So Xayah is ulting here. Xayah ults. Xayah sticks this Urgot. Urgot is now dead. Okay, and Kindred ult is down. So we go after Kindred. And we start turning this around. Kindred is dead. This is good team fighting on our part, right? Now we're only 8k gold down. This is really, really important stuff when you think about it, right? This is how you could turn games around, right? But unfortunately, it's really not enough. We have such a gold deficit that there's not much we can do. These guys get this dragon, right? So now we have an Earth Dragon, and they do too. Now pay attention to Baron spawn time. Baron is pretty close here. He's going to come up right here. And as you can see, bad things happen. Okay, in this fight... Yeah, okay. So in this fight, Graves gets caught out. Just chased down by Rumble, right? So we react. We want to kill Rumble because he's low. He doesn't have his mobility spell. He just flashed over the wall. We should stop chasing this Twitch right here, and we do not. And it's really, really bad, right? We could have been punished hardcore. Nami dies for this, I'm pretty sure, right? No, she does not. But I think we lose the next team fight, if I remember right. Oh, we killed Kindred. I take it all back, dude. We're a beast. Now we die, I think. Now Nami dies. Okay, we flip Twitch into our team. Maybe not the best plan, because it puts him in range, but he did just ult, so he was in range for Orianna anyway. So he kills Nami, right? We kill Sona. And we try to get this Twitch so hard, dude. But we're so slow. It doesn't matter. Urgot is pushing, so we just back off. We still have Baron. Baron's almost up, or gone. And now, you know, our gold difference is even less. Right, so we've closed the gold difference to 6k. Right, this is important. Right, if you have a 10k gold difference, you're going to win the game. And that's really, really important. If you can get that gold difference, it's really hard to come back from it. But we're slowly doing it. And we didn't check this bush, dude. We could have gotten him. We're bad. So we're clearing waves. Orianna is pushing mid. Orianna safely pushes mid. She leaves. We're getting this one. Okay, we're level 18. You know, let's look at our build. We have a whole bunch of MR. We have some health. We have some resistances. We have the ability to engage, and we have ZZ Rot for pushing towers, because that's what I bought it for. Probably shouldn't have bought ZZ Rot. Most likely should have just bought damage. I start buying Leandries after this. Should have just rushed it. Should have gotten that instead of ZZ Rot, most likely, because the MR that ZZ Rot gave me and the AD didn't really help a lot. But this is, you know, ZZ Rot is a trap item, dude. If you're really, really ahead, it's not a bad idea, but I think it might be really, really bad if you're behind. Or, you know, if you're team fighting under towers a lot. That makes sense. Which I kind of expected, right? Alright, so this is where the game ends, right here. As you can see, we're all posturing around Baron. There's no wards of the enemy team here. I'm pushing mid. You know, they know that Graves is around here. Oh, my dog. Okay, anyway, my bad. So we posturing around Baron. We've lost our Baron buff, right? Baron spawns in 2 minutes. Okay. The team told me to split here, but I told them, I remember typing it in chat, that like, I don't have TP. If you get engaged on, run away. They do a very good job of doing it here, right? If your top laner does not have TP and they have Ignite, listen to them when they say that, right? Because they cannot get there fast enough for you know, being able to get there with TP. It's very, very important for team fighting, right? Enemies trying to look to engage. I recognize that they're gonna try and fight, so I start backing. Right, okay, so this team fight, this is important. Alright, so, Nami is getting necked by this Kindred over here. We engage, we ghost, we ult. Okay, we freaking, Righteous Glory, right? So we're in the middle of all of them. All of these guys are slowed. Sona ult has been wasted, right? And they're focusing a super tanky dude. Don't freaking Nami, what a god. Hitting redemption on us because she realizes what we did. Meanwhile, our backline hitting this guy, right? This guy is forced to pop ult. We are standing in Rumble ult. Don't stand in the fire. I learned that from WoW. Okay, so Urgot misses his ult, and their team is disengaged too far, and our team has stayed focusing Urgot, and so Urgot is dead, and I'm still alive. We are now at a 5v4 situation, right? But we're damaged, they're a little bit damaged, and Rumble does not have ult, so we want to try and fight, but we don't, right? We back off. We probably could have won that fight if we pushed for it, but there's not much that we could have done to stop them from backing away from us. Sorry for that. She's clearing mid. This is where the game ends, right here. Alright, so posturing around Baron again, right? We're in mid lane. They're here. Okay. They don't have a ward on Baron, but we stick around in mid lane. This is the call that ends the game. Xayah calls for the Nasher, right? For Baron. And everybody thinks this is a good idea. I say no. I ping this bush because I'm like, guys, let's just bait it. Alright? Nobody listens. As soon as it spawns, Graves starts hitting it. And then I'm like, okay, well fuck, I should help. Right, so we're hitting it. We're hitting it, we're getting Baron, we're getting Baron. We're getting Baron. Enemy team shows up. Rumble ult, right down the middle. Okay, Nami is zoning. Okay, we have gotten Baron now. What do? Right, we need to leave. We need to leave, hardcore leave. But we don't. And we get engaged on really, really hard. How could we have leave? Right, like, these guys are stuck in Baron Pit with me. She is low health. She is also lowish health, right? So half speed this. Quarter speed this. So, Urgot engages. Rumble is just necking our ADC. This is probably what kills us right here. Rumble Zonias. Xayah walks back into Rumble Q. Really, really bad for us. Okay, so Kindred kills Orianna. Alright, Urgot kills Graves. We get slowed by the fear. But we get away from this. Kindred flashes the wall, kills the backline. In this fight, none of them die. And that is the big one, right? We had Baron, we got Baron, but it didn't matter. What we could have done differently. Gotta think about this, right? Maybe we could have zoned Kindred farther away. As we were a tank, we weren't doing that much damage. You know, we run away, but what happens is, like, well, I back, because the minions aren't in base, so I can't really proxy them for too long here. And it doesn't matter, because they face tank tower. They have the ability to just face tank tower, right? So they just start face tanking tower. You know, what do I do? And that's the end of the game. So, what do we take away from this VOD review? One, we need to ward more after we think laning phase is done. And if we're alone and we're topside, we're pushing. We had a ward, we didn't ward. It resulted in us dying 3 times. It resulted in Rumble getting stronger. So that's the first takeaway we take. Two, we need to be more vocal on the map. Because these kind of thought processes that we had, where we were talking about how Kindred is obviously on the bottom side of the map, we need to make this known to our mid laner and our bot lane, because this is what is getting them killed generally, is Kindred would come and gank Orianna and she would die. We need to communicate more. We got 2 things to work on right there, and then finally we need to stop engaging on the enemy tank when we don't know where the enemy carries are, where our carries are, and how our team position is with regards to the enemy team. So we've 3 things we need to work on. That is what we've gotten. We did not actually win this game. We lost this game. I don't know why it says victory, because the blue team is the one that matters apparently. But anyway, we figured it out. We did it Reddit. We had a huge gold deficit at the end of the game. We played laning phase right, but we did not late game correctly, and that was what lost us the game. Also, zoning Baron. We need to remember that. So this has been kind of like what you can do if you want to improve. If you do this after every single game, win or lose, you will slowly improve, right? Going into the next game, I'm going to be like, more wards, you know, less engaging on the enemy tank, no matter how much I want to kill that dude, right? And then more communication. These are things that you can take away. This has been a very, very long video. I'm going to edit it down a little bit so it's not, you know, the hour and a half that I have here where it's just me talking. If you guys are interested in me doing more of these, or if you want me to do one with you, I will do VOD reviews for people where I take a game that you're really confused on what you could have done better, and we sit down and we break down, like, you should have done this, you should have done this. I'm not a perfect player, but I kind of have an idea of what you should be doing and what you can do in regards to analysis and just getting better in general, right? This is something that I offer to a lot of people, and I haven't put any up on this channel yet, but I will if you guys want it. Tell me what you guys think of this video. You know, what it kind of does to help you learn how to lane specifically for top laners. If you have any questions, you know, criticisms, if you think I missed something and you want to tell me, like, tell me, right? Leave me a comment. You can PM me on League if you want. My name's Rendili in League. You can, you know, message me on Reddit if you want. My name on Reddit is also Rendili. And, you know, leave a comment here if you have something to say. This has been really unscripted. I apologize if you heard me not talk with my normal cadence for my videos, and also probably my accent might be showing a bit more now. But I hope this has been a learning experience for us all. You know, we all learned a little bit about top lane and how Rendili is bad at warding. You know, next video coming out is going to be how to climb. After that, we'll do League basics. I'm working on a video with Ancan. If you guys know who he is, he's a very, very highly ranked Singe player in EUS. I'm just doing a compilation video for him, a couple of them actually. So just, you know, stay tuned in. Spread this video around if you want an example of how to do VOD reviews. And, you know, you guys, to those of you that watch this, I appreciate it. To those of you that, you know, watch 2 minutes of it, I appreciate it. I really would like feedback. If you're a much better player than me and you want to tell me how I can get good, yo, watch this video, tell me how trash I am. I really appreciate it. You know, you guys, backbone of the community. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys pretty soon, hopefully. Peace.